Good afternoon, everybody. This, as Bill said, is indeed an exciting day for UW-Milwaukee. I'd like to thank David Pate, the chair of the search committee. He's in Madison today, cannot join us. Members of the search committee, members of the athletic board, and Amanda Braun for your decision to bring in our great new coach, LaVall Jordan. I'm especially appreciative of the work that's been done, the time that's been put into this. This is an important position for us in a number of different ways. Our top priority, as we've looked at this, has been to have the long-term interests of our students, our campus and athletics, as well as our role in the community all put together here. I'm very confident that we are going to, as I've talked with LaVall's family, we are going to win together, and this is just going to be a great future. So we're absolutely thrilled, LaVall. Thank you for making the choice and being our new men's basketball coach here at UW-Milwaukee. Go Panthers. All right, thanks. Thank you, everybody, and I'd ask our athletic director, Amanda Braun, to please join me on the stage.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, almost evening here on a Friday. Thank you for being here today. As it's been stated, this is truly a momentous occasion for Milwaukee Athletics, and we're very happy that you're all here to celebrate with us and share this moment. The process of identifying and hiring the next men's basketball coach here at Milwaukee was extremely thorough. Not surprisingly, there was tremendous interest in the position, and we met with several incredible candidates, with one person rising above the rest. So as this was a team effort, I would also like to thank a few people. First, Parker Executive Search Firm, including Daniel Parker, for assisting us in this process and, quite frankly, keeping us organized, which is a tall task when you're involved in one of these types of searches. Thank you also to David Pate for chairing our search committee, as well as a big thanks to the committee, the search committee members. Finally, thank you to Senior Associate AD Bill Behrens for all your time and effort throughout this process. There were many evenings where Bill and I didn't get a whole lot of sleep, and we were back at it in the morning, so I appreciate all of your time. As we considered candidates for this position, we were determined to get the best possible fit and best possible person for this job. It was our goal to find someone with tremendous integrity and character who does things the right way. We were looking for a proven winner who holds a track record for developing quality student athletes, both on and off the court. We wanted someone who has successfully recruited the Midwest, our region. And finally, it was critical that we find someone who is a great fit for our university and for Milwaukee. The coach we selected is a person of impeccable integrity. That came through loud and clear, not only in the people I talked with, but also in the time that I spent with him. He truly wants to be here in Milwaukee. We also selected a person who has consistently achieved excellence both on and off the court, and whose coaching pedigree is second to none. In addition to working under or alongside some of the great coaches in the game, such as John Beeline and Brad Stevens, our new head coach has helped his teams to 6 NCAA appearances, including a national runner-up finish in 2013. And as a player at Butler University, he led his teams to 4 postseason berths, including 3 NCAA bids, and graduated as the winningest player in school history. It is my pleasure to introduce to all of you the new head coach, men's basketball, for the Milwaukee Panthers, LaVall Jordan.
They gave me this. I get to do that. Get to do that for a photo. So let's. Thank you. We get the, and that's the speed we want to attack with right there. I am extremely excited to be your head coach. It's a thrill for me and my family to be here at the University of Milwaukee, Wisconsin-Milwaukee, and thank you to Dr. Monet. Thank you to Amanda and all the members of the search committee that have had something to do with my selection here as a new men's basketball coach. We're extremely excited. I'd like to introduce my family, my beautiful wife, Destiny, who is my rock. She's the person that's there for me in the highs and lows, and is ready to take this new adventure on with me. My beautiful daughters, Ava, my oldest, Alana, and Adeline, my 3-year-old. My mother is here, who lives in Milwaukee, so that is exciting for her. And my father over here on the end, Karen Jordan and Nate Mitchell. So I can't tell you how thrilled we are. Again, I'm excited to build on the Milwaukee tradition and pursue excellence with this group. I've got a chance to spend time with these guys and get to know some of them. Some I have met with individually, and at this point in time, I'm just excited to get to know them personally. It's been a pleasure to sit down with a couple of them. Still have a couple more to tackle, but we're going to pursue excellence and build on this tradition. I do want to thank the Michigan Athletic Department, where I've spent the last 6 years and had an enjoyable ride there and won a couple championships and extreme amount of success. And I owe a lot to that athletic department. And we enjoyed Ann Arbor for the last 6 years of our life. And for my family, it was a wonderful time. And now we're moving forward to Milwaukee. I think it's important to recognize Coach Jeter and his staff, who had been here 11 years and put their blood and sweat and tears into helping move Milwaukee basketball forward and advance us to where we are today. And as we turn the page, I don't want to forget their contributions to the program. I've been blessed, as Amanda mentioned, to have great mentors that have helped shape me, and I want to thank them especially. Barry Collier, who's now the athletic director back at Butler, Todd Licklider, who gave me my first opportunity to get into coaching, Brad Stevens, who I've worked alongside with and stay in close contact with, and John Beeline. They've molded and shaped the vision, the coach that I am today, and it had a great impact on me and how I go about handling things, the right way. And I intend on doing that here in Milwaukee. The opportunity that drew me here is because I've got a great familiarity with Wisconsin-Milwaukee, being in the Horizon League as a player, and it wasn't called the Horizon League back at that time. It was the old MCC. But being in the Horizon League as a player and as a coach. So familiarity with the league and knowing how competitive the league is and the level that can get to. The other thing was the support. The Milwaukee community, having competed against Milwaukee, being at Butler as a coach, and seeing the support from the community, the campus, the students, all come out and be right behind the basketball team and knowing the effect that can have. And it was just an exciting thing for me to think about being a part of. And so, it was a no-brainer. I was in a good seat where I was at the University of Michigan, and it was going to take a great opportunity for me to move from that seat, and this is indeed a great opportunity. I think I believe this about coaching, that it's about relationships and energy more than strategy. So me and the time I get to spend with the players, the relationships that will be built amongst the community and on campus. Can't wait to get to know some of the former players. Adrian Tigert, who I think is the winningest player in the history of Milwaukee basketball, and others, to just build those relationships and learn about the people that made this place as special as it is today, so that we can build on that and make it even more special moving forward. I also think that recruiting, and I know this to be true, recruiting is a huge part of what we do. And I promise to work extremely hard at recruiting, to put a staff together that is going to exude Panther pride, do a great job of building relationships with our current student athletes and prospective student athletes. I think we are in a great location, and it is a talent-laden area surrounding us that we can get to. A lot of talented players that fit what we want to do here at Milwaukee basketball and move us forward toward championships and pursuing excellence. In terms of style of play, a couple of the guys, I've had this conversation with them, how we're going to play, Coach. We're going to be efficient offensively. We want to push the pace. We're going to play fast and attack. And I asked them, the ones that I've met with individually, to be responsible with that. We're going to be very stingy defensively. That was the defense and rebounding wins championships. That was the calling card on teams that I played on, teams that I've coached. And I believe the best teams in the Horizon League indeed do that. They defend well, they rebound well. And if we do that, then we can run and have some fun. I want people, when they leave Panther Arena in downtown Milwaukee, to say, man, that was fun to watch, and come back and they want to see it again. Those guys, they play the right way, they play together, and they're fun to watch. And they can get out and support us. And we look forward to moving in that direction as we go forward. I do think I'll say that teams that are connected are the best. The thing that I've enjoyed to this point about our group of young men that we have is, and I told them this, that they are connected right now. And a couple of them have told me that this is the closest team that they feel like they've experienced up to this point. And that's important. I think our connection with them, from staff to player, their connection with each other, and our connection with the entire athletic department will continue to grow and move forward. I think great teams have great teammates. And so there are going to be a number of people that are going to contribute to our success. The fans, boosters, donors, our other athletic teams and coaches, our campus community. And we know that we can get out and build something really special here at Milwaukee, move it forward, and have a great team. But it's going to take a full effort. We've got some seniors that I think should have the best experience possible in their last year here at Milwaukee basketball, and that's our goal. I told these guys I'm here to support them in any way I can, and we'll bring in a top-level staff that will do the same thing. And lastly, I'll say this. Our responsibility, I believe, is as coaches to teach, to mentor, and to support our student-athletes as they grow, to help them strive for excellence, to look to consistently compete for championships. Our mission is to represent Milwaukee with class, to graduate all of our student-athletes, and to build champions for life. And when we talk about building champions, it's not just on the basketball court. We're talking about champions in the classroom, champions in the community, and champions on the court, so that when they get outside of Milwaukee, when they graduate, when they move on, that they go on to be great husbands, great fathers, and great community leaders. And having met some of our alums already, I know that to be true. The values that they learn at this place, at our university, are critical and have been a big part of what they talk to me about at this point, to shape them to lead in their households and in their own communities right now. So again, I'm thrilled. I'm excited. I can't wait to get to work with these guys, watching them work in the weight room today. I can't wait to play our first game at Panther Arena. I can't wait to meet even more people than I met already. I apologize if I've forgotten your name already, but I'll try my best to lock it in. And I can't wait to get out and engage in the community. I think there's so many opportunities. Milwaukee's a great city. I know I don't know it. I've been here to visit family on a lot of occasions, but I'm just excited to get out into the community and reach out and invite the community in. And it's something that thrills me to engage everyone to become a part of this. I've seen through personal experience as a player and as a coach what can start in a small locker room as a philosophy and a belief, and 15 guys and a staff that can permeate to an athletic department, to a campus, and to an entire city. I've lived it. And so for me, my passion is to do that somewhere else, and that somewhere else is here right now at the University of Milwaukee. And so I want to thank you all again for your support. We ask that you just stay with us as we move forward in our vision and attack this thing with great enthusiasm. And I am proud to say that I am a Panther. Thank you. Bill, I'm going to let you take it from here.
Up for questions from the media. Again, if you could please raise your hand. Chris will come around with a microphone. You could please identify yourself and the outlet you represent.
Hello. Hi, I'm Stephanie Sutton from WI Sin 12 in Milwaukee right here. This is your first head coaching job at the collegiate level or forever, whatever. Are you ready, or why do you think you're ready to take over this responsibility?
Well, I think I've been ready. Prepared is the word I'd like to use at this point. Like I said, I've had great influences on me along the way that have gotten me more and more prepared as my career has gone along. And I'm extremely blessed and thankful to get this opportunity from Dr. Money, from Amanda. And I think as you go on in your career and you get to a point where you feel like you can lead a group, and I've led a group as a player and as a captain. I've led from my seat as an assistant, and I do feel prepared at this time to lead as the head coach. I think guys will like the way we want to play. I think fans will enjoy watching us play, and I'm just excited to get a staff here that's ready to compete at the highest level, compete for championships.
Todd Rosiak, Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. I was
Todd.
wondering if you could just kind of detail a little bit the hiring process and what it was like for you. Did it come together quickly, and just what was the whole experience like?
Yeah, it happens fast. I'm still on the cloud. I met with Amanda and Bill in Houston and had a really good discussion with them about what their thoughts on Milwaukee basketball was and the position and all the responsibility required. And I just got a great feeling. I always say you buy the people before you buy the product. And coming to campus this past Wednesday, getting to meet with Chancellor Money, getting to meet with Michael, getting to meet with the search committee, and just getting an even better feel for the people here at Milwaukee and how passionate they are about their university, how passionate they are about athletics, how passionate they are about the vision academically to have serious students who are great teammates. And it just lined up perfect with who I am as a person, who I am as a coach. And, when Dr. Money called me, we were at dinner. I want to say it was Wednesday night. And I jumped up and took that call quickly and was excited to accept.
Hi, Jesse Garcia with WTMJ TV. Some players have at least considered transferring. How will you go about convincing them to stay here?
Well, I would hope as we get to know each other, again, relationships are the key to any organization. So for us in men's basketball, again, I've gotten to sit down with the majority of our guys at this moment. There's still a couple I have to sit with and talk to. And when they committed to Milwaukee, they committed to a vision for a university and to be a part of something special. And that's what I've let them know I'm here to do. I committed to Milwaukee for the same reasons. This is their program. These guys, I'm at the head of it, but what they do in those jerseys gets to define our basketball program. And I think they're a connected group. They like each other. They love being around each other. There's a camaraderie. So I don't know if I have to convince anybody to be a part of something like this. I will say, I did learn at Michigan, those who stay will be champions, and I do believe that. So that's what we're gearing towards, and my hope is that everybody wants to be a part of it.
Tim Van Born, Fox 6 here in town. Welcome to town.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Whether it's these guys or prospective recruits, you've recruited for Michigan, you've recruited for Iowa, you've recruited for Butler. What makes a good recruiter?
Again, someone that can relate to the young people, someone that can relate to the parents, someone that can relate to those around them, and explain and articulate what they're about. I think for us, the who we are is critical because it's easy to see when a guy can play and it has talent. But it's not just the talent that's going to attract us to want you to be a part of Milwaukee basketball. We want high achievers, and you have to be able to evaluate character. You have to be able to evaluate, obviously, the talent, and you have to be able to evaluate what's inside of the individual. And if you can get a good gauge on those things, you can build a great program. You can do something really special, and you have to get team guys that want to do it and they're willing to sacrifice.
Hi, Jesse Garcia again. You said that your mother lives in Milwaukee, and so
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, how long has your mother lived in Milwaukee? How many times have you been here then to visit, and was her being here a factor?
How long you been here, Ma? So, but so she's but I've been coming. We've been visiting Milwaukee. We've had other family members here since I was much younger. There you go. Next question. What we're not going to do is give her the microphone. No. I will say it felt like family talking to Amanda and Dr. Moni. It felt like family when I got to meet others involved in the search committee, and to have family here made it even more comfortable and easy to make a decision like joining this family with my family nearby.
Hello, Dwayne Lee, Media Milwaukee journalist. In the presidential race, we always hear what the candidates plan to do with their first 100 days in office. What are some things that you would do in your first few days in office?
Well, I've had a first day today that was a whirlwind. They had me in a photo shoot, which was a new experience. My priority, however, is these players. So that is the first and foremost thing for me, is to let them know that I'm here to support them, to get a read from them on what the state of the program is, how they feel about their teammates, what made their decision to come to Milwaukee. Why are they passionate about it? And then have a plan moving forward to get to work on the court. Watched I caught the early stages of a terrific workout with our strength coach, Brian. And so that's my priority in these first few days. Obviously reaching out to others that have committed to Milwaukee, and getting to the parents of our players to introduce myself and answer any questions or address any concerns.
Mitch Nellis, the Big 920. What are some of the challenges between being at a major conference school like Michigan or Iowa versus being at what's considered a mid-major school like UWM?
Every place has its own set of challenges. What I like to focus on is, what are the things that are going to help us compete at the highest level. And so I think here we've got great support staff. Every guy I've sat down and talked to this point has had glowing remarks about our support staff, our strength coach, our trainers, our academic support. They love those. They love our personnel and our performance team, and that is huge. Anywhere, I don't care, what the buildings look like. Most courts I know are the same 94 feet. They've got the same 10-foot hoops, and all the lines and the boundaries are equal. And, there are places that may have more resources, but resources don't win championships. You got to get in and put in the sweat equity. You got to invest, and you got to care deeply. And so if we can recruit those types of people into our program, I think it's going to be great.
Jay Sorgi from WTMJ Radio in Milwaukee. You've had a program that you're entering now that has won championships and gone through some major struggles in recent years in various areas. And you talked about the togetherness your team has. How much have you had a chance to relate to these players and understand what they've already endured, and in all those facets, good and bad, and how that's made them, as you've said, so close-knit?
We've had brief conversations, a short meeting last night, briefly today, and like I said, I've met with a number of them individually, and just kind of listen and let them talk to me about how they felt about the last few weeks. You know, transition is tough. You can ask my 11-year-old daughter, who's gonna have to move. It's very tough on both sides. So, but to try not to make decisions based on those emotions, that's normal. And to now remember all the reasons that you decided to come here, remember how it's like to be in the locker room with those teammates, and use that moving forward as momentum. You know, you can do something really special coming out of it. Planes usually take off against the wind. And right now, we feel like we're on a plane that's going to take off.
Hi, Rich Kirch of Milwaukee Business Journal. What role do you see yourself playing, and how important is the coach's role in promoting the team, marketing, getting people to the arena for games?
I think it's a big responsibility for my role. I think it's here in this city, it's a sports city. And we want to be one of the sports that people are excited about, one of the programs that people are itching to come and watch. I think downtown Milwaukee is a tremendous location because people can get right off of work and come to our games. I think our guys being very visible and people knowing, fans in the community knowing their faces and their names is vital. And we have to do that, but that is a huge responsibility, and it's very important. And that's we plan on being available for, whatever we're asked to do, especially me. Now, I'll say that there'll probably be family members of mine screaming if they do see my face on a billboard somewhere. So if they stop to take pictures, don't run into the back of their cars.
Hey, Coach. Chris Schimmel from Media Milwaukee. We were just talking about recruitment, and the last 2 years, the men's basketball team has been ineligible for tournament play, and that can be very discouraging for high school players to want to come and play here. So how will you persuade and get more recruitments to want to come and play for UWM?
That's a good question. I don't think if we can get them here, I think it's an easy decision. Once they get here and meet the people. Again, you buy the people before you buy the product. I think we're not going to spend a lot of time looking in the rearview mirror. They make the front windshield bigger for a reason. So we're moving forward and looking forward. I think these guys get to make other people want to be here. The way that they play, the way that they conduct themselves, the way that they compete on the court. And they're going to be tough. They're going to play hard, and it's going to be something that I think that I believe is going to be extremely attractive. And then a top-level staff, as I mentioned, that has a lot of pride in bringing the right student-athletes, prospective student-athletes that are high achievers to our program.
Mitch Nellis from the Big 920 again. Kind of as a follow-up to the marketing question, how important do you think it is of the head coach's role to connect specifically with donors and boosters and to promote the program in that manner?
Again, it's when you're in this position, there's a huge responsibility. There's so many people. What I loved about, and as I continue to learn more, is the pride in Milwaukee, the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. And so many people are so excited, including me. And so getting out to engage with them, inviting them in to be around us and get to know who we are, get to know our young people, I think is absolutely critical, because there's a lot of people that care. There's a lot of untapped potential for others to join in, and it's going to take that for these kids. My experience was so impactful on my life. I had a great time in my 4 years. I want that for every young person that suits up in a Milwaukee uniform. Now, there are a number of people that help contribute to them having that experience, and I know that they care. And so we just got to get out and meet them get to know us, and they're going to be dying to help these young men however they can.
Do you have any specific memories of playing against UWM when you were at Butler?
I do. See, I knew somebody was going to ask. I remember this. Clay Tucker was a sophomore when I was a senior, and I was thankful that I was a senior because I knew he was going to be really good. When coaching against him, I remember more. We played at the Mecca my freshman year, and then we played in the Klotchke and came back to coach. And I remembered vividly, what those games were like in the early. I got into it in 2003, so those early games in my career as a young coach were so intense. There was so much pride. It was such a rivalry, and there was great support on both sides. So that had a lot to do with me being so excited to come here. Thank you. Go Panthers.